Hey, hey.
What's popping?
What's popping?
We are back in the building, y'all.
Back in
Listen,
the
y'all.
building.
Y'all got to excuse us, man. Last week, I am in school and I got behind. So please forgive me. But before I even say that, first of all, listen, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe to the content, man. If the content that we giving is adding value, man, please share it with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because we give it to you so that you can give it to somebody else.
Absolutely.
So please like and share the content that we are leaving with you guys, man. We don't just pull this stuff out the sky, man. We really go through this thing, man. We go through it, man.
Yeah. Spot transparency.
Yes.
We talking about love, life, and relationships. I'm your girl, Lady Free.
I'm your boy, Pastor J.
And you are listening to Shift Real Talk.
Yes.
So
let me tell
what
you.
we are doing
What's
today,
going on? Hold on, wait a minute, baby. We got to give a couple of shout outs.
Oh, okay.
Mind provoking. I miss you, girl.
Hey.
Happy, what do you call it? Housewoman.
Okay.
Aunt Liza's on. My boy Al West is watching.
Aunt Liza have a birthday coming up.
Aunt Liza got a birthday. You didn't get us that information, so
she already sent me the information.
She sent it to you. I ain't got it.
Okay, well we
All right,
won,
well,
so I got
okay,
you.
Cool.
All right, there
My
we
boy.
go.
So listen, y'all. Online school is not for the faint of heart, man. Let me tell you that, man. God knows.
Right.
I fell behind, and I was like, "Oh Lord Jesus!" so we had to take a little break last week because I had to catch up with some work, man. So thank God for that. But anyway, being said,
take that gum out your mouth before you choke. Last thing we need is for there to be a choking.
The gun police here.
That's right.
Put the badge on, the gun police. She's the gun police.
I'm looking out for you. I don't want you to choke.
My boy Al, what's
Al
up, man?
West, hey,
what's goody,
up,
man?
What's up?
Listen, man, Al, I got some songs I want you to. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna hit you up later, Al.
So at this time, y'all listen. We have a dope topic for y'all today.
Yes.
And a lot of people going through it. What is stopping your kids from listening to you?
What's stopping these kids from listening?
Right.
And we don't just say kids when they premature and preemies and little babies, but we even talking about grown kids too, because they don't listen either.
Right. So what's stopping your kids from listening to you? And
So listen, wait a minute. What are we talking about here? Remember this. It's a relationship.
We don't look at it like it's a relationship. We look at it like I'm the mama, you the child. Or we put our friends in the friend zone. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be my child's friend. But the bottom line is those are two extremes. Right in the middle where the balance is, there is a healthy relationship waiting to happen. And statistically, 70% of parents feel like this.
Yes.
They feel like today, 70% of parents feel like their children do not listen to them. Yes. So we're going to get into what's stopping them. What's the cause?
And before we get on, I want to ask a question to y'all, girl. Hey, Pastor Mia, how you doing?
Mia.
We love you, girl. Listen, I want to ask a question because I heard somebody say this. I want to be very careful. I gotta walk
Babe, we on real talk.
No. I gotta walk carefully when I say this.
All right.
Because I got it. In different cultures, there are people raise kids differently.
Right.
In different cultures, you have African American who raise their kids a certain way. You have the other races, and like I said, I'm walking.
Yeah, you have.
You have the other races who raise their kids. So
I have a friend who's from Pakistan.
Yeah.
I have a friend from Nigeria. Yeah.
Yes.
Different cultures,
absolutely.
Different things.
It can be broken families. Most kids don't have to have the two original parents every day. That's true.
Come on, Al, jump right in.
True. Jump right in, Al. That's what's up. So here's the thing. I want to ask y'all a question before we get on.
Okay.
I heard this guy say this today. Most kids don't have a listening problem. They have a behavioral problem. Do you believe that?
Most kids don't have a listening
Yeah,
problem.
because the topic today is why don't our kids listen? You know, when we say
What's
things.
stopping them?
What's
Right.
stopping them
Right,
from
right.
listening? And I heard somebody today say the kids don't have a listening problem. They have a behavioral problem.
What was the basis of that?
The basis is like they don't listen because they're bad, or they don't, you know, it's behavior. Why? It's because of their behavior. What do you guys think about that?
I disagree. The reason why I disagree is because listening and communication have other things, like we see the fruit on the tree, but that fruit is connected to a root, and the root problem is not they bad. The root problem goes back into something a lot deeper than just that. Oh, they just got a behavioral problem. Did you teach them how to listen? How about
There you
this?
go. Yeah.
Are they learning how to listen from you?
It's truly an epidemic. Changes within mental health. That's right. That's right.
The thing is, it's so interesting that back when I was young, and I'm sure my parents and their parents, when they were young, we listened. We listened.
You
We
listen.
didn't like what they said.
You listen because you knew better.
Right. But the
be
bottom,
real here.
But
Yeah.
the bottom line is that we listened. So I think that a lot of what has happened is outside, on top of what Al West said, that the fact that there are not two parents in the home, sometimes things get busy, and life just happens like that in your household, where you don't have time to, you know, give that child what they need as far as like listening to them or whatever the case. But y'all, we have to get a handle on this, because our kids are getting lost in the sauce. And if y'all know me, y'all know that I'm going to come with, there's a more spiritual aspect behind this. So, of course, what Real Talk does is we talk about what's happening,
Gotcha, Al.
but we back it up with the only thing that is not an opinion, and that's the truth of the Word of God. So we're going to back it up. We're going to back it up with the truth in a minute.
I'll say kids low-key feel empty if they don't see the mom and the original dad together. Yes.
They go through that.
They go through that.
But see, you said it's a relationship.
Yes.
Do we really look at that parent-child dynamic as a relationship?
I think we look at it here's the thing. I think because and let's be real here. Let's be 100. I'm gonna be 100 because I like to be 100. I believe that when parents, I think the challenge comes when you feel like your authority is being tested or your authority is being challenged, because you expect when you say something, you know, you expect you to be heard. You expect you to be listened to.
Right.
But if you're not listening to, that challenges your level of authority. You know what I'm saying? That challenges you as a parent. It does.
Right.
It makes you feel like, okay, my child listened to me, something wrong. So I have to do something now to get this child to listen to me, when we don't establish the relationship. The relationship comes with automatic listening, because you know not only how to communicate, but how to get through your communication.
The key words, establish
Hey, Evie.
a relationship. Now, we're not talking about being their friend.
No.
But see, there are attributes to being a parent that are friendly. You don't have to be mean to be a parent. There are friendly attributes, but it shouldn't take you out of the role of parent. So there's a doctor called Dr. Amen, Amen. So this isn't my stuff.
Dr. Amen.
Hey, glory. So there are two different things that he spoke about that I agree with. He said, number one, time. When you don't spend time with your children, then they don't establish a connection with you. They don't establish the relationship with you that they need to trust you and respect you enough to hear you when you give them advice, when you're teaching them, and when you're guiding them.
That's true. Aunt Liza said something too.
Okay.
and Aunt Liza, oh my gosh, I totally agree with this. And this is the thing that totally upsets me. She said back in the day, kids feared and respected their parents, but today's society has put the fear in parenting and took the respect from the kids. So they don't respect parents because today that's what I was trying to tread lightly, but that is really what I was trying to say.
Right.
Today's society, the respect for the parents is not there. I mean, because you say something to little Joey, and little Joey, Mom, I hate you. Leave me alone. I would never say or mumble those words to my mother or my father. Even though I had my own issues, but I still had that level of respect because I feared and that's the thing. Children today don't go through consequences from their actions or their decisions.
And I'm gonna say something that may be controversial, but that's okay because I don't like living in a world where everybody has to agree with me and I have to agree with them. I like being able to speak my piece. So this is my piece. Back in the day, when we were slaves, when our ancestors were slaves, who raised the children? The black mothers would raise those children in the big house. Mm-hmm. Those children were raised by us. All of a sudden, somehow, in the generations that we're in right now, all the books and all the theories and all the authorities, not all, not all, but it seems like now they're trying to tell us how to raise our kids, and it's not working. If you pay attention, it's not working because black people used to have a certain way we could look at our kids and they know. They already knew, okay. Your mama could be in the choir stand and you out in the little pews and you acting up in church. And while she's singing, she held that look on her face and you look and you straighten up.
Straighten right up. You got that look.
That didn't mean you was getting abused at home. What that meant was at home, your parents were able to train up the child in the way they should go.
That's
My
right.
parents didn't abuse me.
That's right.
But when I saw that look, I knew what that look meant.
You better not move. It wasn't even just a look. It was the eyebrow and the lip, the tighten up. Like
That's
that.
right.
You better not.
It's a certain thing that we have.
It was that closed mouth talk.
In raising our kids to be strong, independent, but not so far to the extreme of being independent. But we raised our children to be who they are supposed to be in their strength.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that the way other people raise their kids is wrong. Absolutely. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is let us raise our kids.
You heard that.
Raise your kids too. I'm saying, but allow us to raise our kids because when it all boiled down to it, where do the kids end up? If I can't raise my children in my house, who gonna come and get them?
Can I say? I'm sorry.
Okay, I was going because social services gonna end up coming to get them, or the police gonna end up coming to get them, and then when something goes wrong, what's the first thing they say? Where's the parent?
Tanisha, that's their lip tight talk.
That's right.
You bitten. Tanisha, girl, I've been trying to call you.
Babe, try to call. Let's stay on topic.
Call me. Yeah, I was said. No. Where's she at? Where the comment at? Okay, yeah. So she said friendly with boundaries, and yeah, but mom used to pinch me on the organ. That's right, man. What? But let me say this though. Let me say that we got a family member, right, who had her son. Mm-hmm. Who had a son, and the way she was raising the son. Now unfortunately, they had to come stay with us for a little while. And the way her son was acting, she used the book to help raise the son. So it was one night we took them out because we knew they was going through something. So we took them to the beach. We stayed out there, got a hotel room, and stayed out there. So what happened was the little boy kept her up all night, 3-4 o'clock, all night long, because he just wanted to be bad, runner, jump up and down the beds and on the beds and running. He just won't sit still, and I was like, what? Okay, cool, I got you. So after Uncle Jesse got hold to little Moo Moo.
We not gonna, yeah.
I ain't gonna say the name, but when Uncle Jesse gonna give him the look, boy, you pitting that. He got it was like no consequence. So if they acting unseemingly and we negotiate with the unseemingly acting, then what we do is we say it is okay for you to continuously act like that. Why do you think the jails are put in perspective? Because because jails are put in perspective for people who don't want to obey. So when you don't obey, guess what? You get locked up. And I guarantee you, after you get locked up, there is a sense of, okay, let me not do this again. But there's a level of consequence. Now,
right. It's a level of consequence when you're in the authorities' care. But when you're in our household now,
we negotiate.
They have put things in place to try to scare the parent from the responsibility that God himself says, I'm going to hold you accountable as a steward over this child, to guide this child, to teach this child right from wrong, to help this child to understand consequences to their actions and rewards when they do good. It used to be where if it's, look, what happens in my house, and I'm not talking about, y'all listen, the first thing people mind go to is abuse. Yes, that is something that is a reality in this world that we live in today. But the things that have been put in place, look around. Has it gotten any better or has it changed? No.
That's
people
right.
just hiding it better because they don't want to get in trouble, which makes it worse for the kids.
Yeah.
So my thing is we got to get back to the thing of the way God set it up. He created us and he set it up. He told us to be fruitful and multiply for a purpose.
That's true. Elijah's preaching on here. My baby. What's up, Cherie?
Hey, Cherie.
So Elijah, girl, you preaching. Elijah said, in all fairness, children are being raised by technology because parents are becoming younger and there is no village or guidance. The doors of the church are now open.
Yeah.
Yes. Elijah, that is so true. We have created a system to help us. Now, mind you, we done been through, the thing is, what we've been through as children, it should not have damage us to now not want to do that to help raise our kids. Because what happens is when we have been through it, when we've been through the discipline and we didn't like it, of course you're not going to like it. But at the end of the day, it wasn't done for you to like. It was done to help make you better.
Right.
So what we do now is we take that very thing that we don't like and we say we're not going to do that to our kids. I'm not going to do that to my kids because when I got chastised and when I got spankings, I didn't like it. And I know how I felt. But the point is, it was there because the Bible said that spare the rod, spoil the child. Spare the rod, spoil the child. So that means if there's no consequence for your behavior, then you're spoiling the child.
Right.
You're spoiling the child.
Yeah.
So
it don't mean we're not talking about take something and bust them in the back. That's not what we're talking about. But there are consequences that should come along with raising your children. But we have to do the whole thing for the family unit.
Yes.
Was for the family, the parents to raise the child. God says children are an inheritance.
Absolutely.
We don't look at children like that no more. We act like they're a problem. We act like children are an issue.
Yes.
So instead of us seeing them for the beauty that God created them to be in our lives, we don't look at them like that no more.
Exactly.
So our perspective has changed. They're an inconvenience. They
now
cost too much.
Hey, Sheena
all of
Bailey's
these negative things that we hear when it comes down to children. Why do you think they're not listening? What are they hearing you say about them?
Yes. So hey, my dad is on. He finally got his my dad got his phone fixed. So thank God for my father being on. Apostle Jesse Moore Sr.
Hey, Sheena.
The rod is talking sense, not beating. Sometimes it ain't just talking, my brother.
And it's not beating.
It's chastisement.
Y'all, and think about this too. I want y'all to keep this in mind. Whenever we're talking about biblical issues, spare the rod, spoil the child, it says if you take a rod to the back, the child will not die. That's a verse in the scripture. But the thing that we're talking about is the balance. So we're not talking about the extreme, which is beating them half to death with an extension cord or a fan belt. We're not talking about that.
Oh no,
and we're
that's
not
abuse.
we're not talking about just, oh, it's okay, just time out for 5 minutes and then you can come out, okay?
What is timeout?
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
What is timeout? Timeout.
That's a whole nother thing.
That's what we played when we was outside in the games and you was running and you got tired and you needed a little break so you can run again. You said timeout. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me catch my breath. All right, time in, and you keep and you run again.
But see,
timeout.
But the thing is, getting back on topic, why aren't kids listening? Because it's some parents out there that's really dealing with this issue. Like, hey, my kids, they not listening. It's not too late. First of all, you have to savor and establish and be excited about having a relationship with your kids. What is a relationship? How you relate to them when you spending time with them. Okay, we busy.
Yeah.
20 minutes out of the day that's designated for them. Just to talk about what they're going through in their day, just to hear them out, just to play like a game or watch a movie or let's put the phones down and let's have some time.
Absolutely. So what happens though, too, because we're not only talking about minors, but we're talking about young adults as well. You know how, okay, as parents, we've been through what a lot of our young kids are going through, like our young adult kids, like in dating and stuff like that. And my son, and I tell my son, because that's my son, I tell his business. My son was dating, right? Dating this young lady. And I promise you, when I met her, I didn't like her at all. I didn't like her because I raised my son and I raised him to a certain level of not just the expectation, but I put so much information in him that I expected him to understand with the information that I've poured into him from years on and years on, that he would take the information and make the right choices in the mate that he was choosing to be with. So when I met the young lady, I mean, she was very disrespectful, very. My son was raised up in the church, and this was the way she talked and the way she respected was totally against what I raised my son to be drawn to.
Yeah.
So when I met, like I said, when I met her, I said, son, you settling. But he looked at me like, Dad, what? Like, I didn't know what I was talking about.
Right.
Like, Dad, really? Like, man, she makes me feel, and she make you feel.
Right.
No, you the man. How's she making you feel? But what is she making you feel? Well, when I need her, she there. How? Because she wasn't working. She didn't have no zeal about herself. I'm sorry. I'm putting it out there. She was straight from just looking out of the window.
See,
Good time, yeah.
So,
good time.
at the end of
temporary layoff.
You just gonna play that whole
Scratching and surviving.
baby.
Hanging in the twilight. I can't hit that. Good time. Ain't we lucky we got him.
You just gotta let him finish it
Good
out.
time. Yeah.
Okay, you done, babe?
Okay,
You just gotta finish the whole song out. We don't have we don't own the rights to that song. I think we're supposed to say that. But at the end of the day, the whole point is because y'all have a relationship.
Yes.
Sometimes when kids get into those relationships and they nose wide open, they don't really hear you. But they hear you. You get it?
Yeah.
Because y'all have a relationship. And after the fact, what did y'all do? Y'all talked about it. And I guarantee you the seed was planted. See, sometimes we think they not listening just because they don't jump to what we saying and automatically agree. Sometimes the seed has to go down into the soil of their heart and be planted. And then they come back saying, oh, that's what mama was talking about. Oh, okay, I see now, Dad.
Because I remember, we got a couple of, sorry, but let me go back. Tanisha said, I did the gentle parenting thing, but trust me, it required a whole lot of prayer and self-discipline. Come
listen,
on, Tanisha.
Let's find the balance.
Tanisha, I heard you coming to Texas.
We got the gentle and we got the too tough. There's a balance. I'm going to stick with that. Y'all gonna hear me say that a lot. There's a balance. where the healthy is. Let's get to the healthy. Okay.
Tanisha, I heard you coming to Texas, so we got to bring you on the show live when you get here. Let me know. You got to reach out to me. Al said, too many broken families. It's too late for this generation. You think
It's
so,
not
Al?
too late.
You think so?
It's not too late.
As long as there is a God.
It's not too late. It's never too late. And see, that's the way. See, let me say something. There is a world agenda that's trying to make you feel so defeated as a parent and as a person, period, just living in the world today, that this world agenda, because it's all over social media, it's all on the fake news, it's all on the news, it's all everywhere. You're so bombarded with all this despair that you feel like that it's too late.
Yes.
Or man, shoot. God is still, he's first of all, let's just keep it funky. He already conquered the world. He just allowing us to play it all the way out to the end.
Absolutely.
So the world, sin, all the stuff that we discuss, it's already defeated. But if you keep allowing the enemy to make you believe and fall for that same thing he did to Eve, you see how that was a bar. Then
Bars.
Basically you're gonna believe the same thing and you're gonna bite the fruit. Stop.
Right.
We not biting the fruit because God is better than that. He's more powerful than that.
I understand what he's saying, though. You know,
I do too, but I'm speaking truth to power.
But we're gonna bring some power to that, my brother. Elijah said, if they are in your house at any age, set boundaries and let them know you say what you mean and you mean what you say. Elijah, you are preaching on her today,
you
girl.
Say what you mean what you say.
Mean what
and
you
at
say.
the end
and
of the day,
ain't no movement, if you don't like it, you can let the doorknob hit you with a good Lord. With that good Lord.
You know what? I used to feel that way too. I
had my little Martin moment.
I say what I said, and I'm the mama. So
that's
look,
right.
But listen, I'm not saying that thing of.
I agree.
I used to.
Okay.
That's what I was just saying. I used to agree with that, but I feel like that's not in the balance. That's like going up towards the spectrum of that extreme. In the balance, it's okay for you to have active listening with your kids. Like we said, it's a relationship.
I'm going to actively listen to you while you respect my boundaries.
But see, nobody said anything about, you teach them to respect the boundaries by helping them understand that hearing and listening is a way to understand and hear the boundaries. If you're not actively listening, then you'll never really understand certain things that your kids are going through. And that's why they don't want to talk to you about being bullied at school. That's why they sitting up here. One little girl, it was on the news where she tried to hang herself because she was being bullied at school. And thank God her mom did hear her enough to try to do something about it. But so many cases of other kids who they not being listened to, they not being heard. So the parent can't see. Okay, so that was an example. This guy, he said his son came to him and said, I want to dye my hair blue. In high school, he want to dye his hair blue. He said that if it was his parent would have said, you dye your hair blue if you want to. Long as you live in my house, you ain't finna dye your hair nothing.
That's the boundary.
Right. But see, the thing is, what he was teaching was, he said to his son, active listening looks like, oh, okay, so I hear you say that you want to dye your hair blue, and then wait. Right? As you wait, that child will start saying, well, yeah, all the other kids, they dyeing their hair blue, and I want to dye my hair blue. He said, okay, so what I'm hearing you say is you want to be like the other kids. And then the next thing would come, well, sometimes I don't feel like I fit in anywhere. So I feel like if I probably dye my hair blue and do like everybody else, I could kind of like fit in. So now the conversation has totally shifted from the fruit that you see hanging from the tree, I want to dye my hair blue, to going deep down into the root of the tree. And now you hearing your child say, I don't fit in. I'm trying to figure out how I can fit in. Now, as his parent, you can now guide him and teach him how to be a strong person just the way he is. And at the end of the day,
that's why there's a mama and a daddy.
And at the end of
if you don't get out of here talking about dye your hair blue, boy, I'm gonna put a blue.
But see, at the end of the day, boy, if the child say, well, I still want to dye my hair blue, then you could say, you know what? Nah, we ain't doing that, not here. but at least
I would have stopped that way long ago.
I know you would have, but the thing
that's
is,
right. That's to me that's the balance. That's why
tell me what kind of relationship that is. Tell me how healthy that relationship is.
Because
parenting is a relationship.
No,
right?
I understand that. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, I've already taught him how to be. Because I promise you, again, it goes with. Here's the thing. It goes with the time that you spend. So I was an active dad. I was very active.
Right.
So in my activities and being active, I taught him these lessons. So when you get to this point and you go against what I'm teaching, boy, you better get out of here with that.
See, that's the thing.
You better get out of here with that.
That's the thing. Everybody's not you. Number one, we're talking to a whole nation of people. And the thing that I'm thinking more so on is the fact that, okay, you said you taught him a lot of things. You put a lot in his head. You gave him a lot. But if we don't hear them, then we probably teaching them stuff that they not even own. Just so we can say we taught. Sometimes
let's
to actively listen means I'm teaching you the things that you need.
No, you talking. You preaching, First Lady. Here's the thing. Let's go back. Yes, let's go back. Okay, got you, Tanisha. In January, we're gonna talk for real. We're gonna talk. Maybe not too late, but it has to be established in homes without looking at society. Yes. And Tanisha said, yes, sis, we can't give up so easily when God is the way maker.
I mean, Talisha, these are our babies.
They have
y'all.
to learn that the truth hurt, but becomes a lesson that helps solve behavior when it's time to make judgments. Hey, Ashley, how you doing?
Right.
Mind-provoking. You are exploring with the child versus speaking from your own perspective as kids have their own individual personalities outside of parents at times.
Okay, so let me tell y'all about that. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry,
let me finish reading.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Tanisha
I'm
Walls.
bubbling over with
yes,
this.
Leave space for their self-expression and understanding. LOL, not these kids, bro. I mean, not these kids. They are not hearing none of that, bro. We have to provide reason and clarity versus just saying no. Black folk have the worst way of communicating. It doesn't take yelling to solve a point. Help them understand. Come on.
Okay, see.
Yeah, come on.
The thing about it is, y'all, I'm sorry, this is kids. I have 27 years experience working with youth, hearing their problems when them coming in the office saying, can I talk to you? All kind of stuff. And kids are my passion. Like, as far as helping them to grow and understand them and the whole nine, right? So when you come down to, okay, so mind-provoking said there are individuals. Now, I'm going to tell you how I feel about that. And like I said, some of the stuff I'm saying today may be controversial. I don't believe that that word individual is used properly today, because in our woke culture or our woke mentality, it teaches that kids to say that they're an individual. So they should be able to express themselves the way they want to. I'm talking about as young as 6, 7, 8 years old. They should be able to tell you what it is that they think they need. And then, no, as a parent, I'm still taking the position as a parent. I'm not taking the position as a friend, but I am talking to that kid. I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help understand where they are with some things and help them understand where they need to be. I'm going to guide them and all that stuff. Because parenting comes with a level of respect, a level of trust, and a level of influence in your household. When we allow our children to get that I'm an individual and I should be able to express myself, sometimes it spills out the box to the point where we have to remember this. There is a spiritual agenda at play on our kids in this world. Satan is the only person that want your kid to believe that they're an individual and they don't have to listen to nobody. Mm-hmm. Because that it's little bit by little bit, it's going from they're an individual, listen to them, allow them to express themselves, to it becoming they're an individual. They don't have to listen to you as a parent. So they take the responsibility away from the parent to be able to parent their kids and say, if you tell your child they can't do this and this and this, they're calling it abuse.
Come on here.
No, God gave me this responsibility, and I don't have to stand before a judge and a bystander and say I didn't do my job. When I stand before God, I want to be able to say I did it. I'm sorry, babe. No, I'm going to be quiet for the rest of the podcast. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Because this is
Hey,
serious
Shishi
for me.
family, what's up, cuzzo?
Hey, Shishi.
Hold on. So I had a comment. Black folk have the worst way of communicating. Oh, okay, you said that. Hold on, wait. All right, here we go. What makes it difficult is every situation needs a specific type of attention, which needs patience. Thank you, Al.
Patience, for sure.
Eliza, yes, there's a balance, but when you have more than one child, you have to parent them according unto their individual personality.
Right.
It's not a one-shoe-fits-all parenting book.
That's
You have to
absolutely
be
correct.
stern with these kids today. See, the thing is, and I hear what you're saying, and that's good. That's good fight. I mean, that's good. Some good nuggets you threw out there. But let's be really understanding and real here.
Okay.
Today we have watered down. You know, it's like for even not just even in parenting, but just the whole level of this culture. Like when it comes to sports has been watered down. The information has been watered down. Even the way we deliver the word, it has been watered down. We sprinkle so much water on the natural sense of how God created things to be. We've watered it down. We've changed what works. We've changed it to say this is what we want. This is what we want it to be. And what we do is we take this and we go off of studies. But there's a way that God called us how to do it. First and foremost, remember this. Development, this is why there's always warfare in the mind. Because the most important part of the body that develops the fastest is the brain.
Yeah.
The brain is the most important part of the body that develops fast. And for some reason, it's like it's backwards. When you are a child, your brain develops and it gets to the point of adulthood while you are a child.
75% of the
75%.
Of the size.
Yes. So this is why it's so important that we put information, the right information into this developing mind, so that when they get old, then it may not come forth, like my wife said earlier, it may not come forth in the first decision, but that thought and that information is sitting in there, ready for, because experiences. Now you got to remember, what we do as parents is we try to protect kids from going through the experiences, and the experiences is actually the thing that develops the kid. So if we're there to guide them through the experiences, if we're there to help them through those things that they go through, like even just how hey, okay, look, I'm gonna give you the information, but you got to kind of go through this, and I'm here to help you, but what we do is we move them out the way and we deal with the situation for them. So now we take away their development because we don't want them to get hurt. We want to protect. That's my baby, and I don't know, he ain't gonna do it. No, she ain't gonna hurt him. No, he ain't gonna hurt her.
Forget what you're saying. I ain't letting my kid go through that.
Yeah, I ain't letting them go through that. And it's like, man, so what we have done, yes, that it takes a village, but these parents today don't listen. You can't even. It's the parents.
I was about to say. You said the parents don't listen.
The parents don't listen.
Like I said, where are the kids getting it from?
Yeah. So this is where it comes from. The parents ain't listening. They got a nation. Because trust me, when I see a kid in the street, I don't even got to know him. But because I am who I am, if I see a young man disrespecting his mother in the street, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna talk to that young man. But some of these mothers would be like, mind your business. They won't allow the village to help them, because even I see that, because I deal with a lot of coaches and principals on a daily basis, and they say when their kid acts up, they have living proof. They have cameras, they have everything in school, because it's the kid's word against the adult, against the teachers. Like the teacher gonna call home and say and lie on. I know that my kid didn't act that.
Unfortunately, some of the bad apples spoiled it for the whole bunch. But
I know my kid ain't do that. Man, we gotta no that tape is wrong. It happens though. Yeah. But again, it's a trickle down effect. So I really honestly believe the listening comes from because they're allowed to behave this way in the homes that they're being developed in today.
So it's okay. Yeah, they are allowed to do it in the home, because usually what happens in the home will be seen on display out in the world, in the streets, right? However, earlier you said that's why they got mamas and daddies, because I would have been stopped that conversation.
Yes.
And what I'm saying is, what we realizing today is, yes, something shifted where kids now are not listening to the parents like they should and all that stuff. But then if we stay in that same stuck mindset like our parents did to us, and that's the only way to parent, with a stern fist.
Yes.
I'm not saying not to be, there are consequences that come with your actions, not to have boundaries, set standards, teach them right from wrong, and then make them accountable and responsible for the decisions they make. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying do that. But stern, like, boy, if you don't get, it's like, where do you think the first relationship, the first place that they learn how to have a relationship is with the parents?
Yes.
So if that child is getting that kind of listening from you where you're not listening, then that's what they're learning. They're learning not to listen from us.
Gotcha. That's right. Oh, let me go back. Take a little moment. Let me read because there's a couple of good comments on here. Let me read. Okay. Mind Provoking said, Auntie, you're speaking from your generation, yet the topic of discussion merely states why. Once my clients' parents explore and see them outside of themselves, the decreased behaviors and increased positivity, decrease behaviors and increase positivities and respect. Liza said, not everyone is parenting on biblical standards. Exactly. I totally agree with that. I would say, but if our kids have multiple parents, it's all types of different emotions within one house. Exactly.
That's true.
That's true, Al. Because you got two different types of raising and four different standards. Because and then Ashley Jones, man, good. Ashley said,
"Hey, Ash,
views, Lord, so much to say. Yes, sis, preach. They are not individuals. Individual means single or separate. You are not.
You are family.
Yes.
You're part of a family unit. Go ahead, baby.
Yes, they are dependents with a village around them, and you're being molded. Black people don't have the problem with communication. Parenting us to have boundaries, and individuality has divided that. Wow. Exactly, yeah. Ashley. That's good. Sad to say, relationships are at an all-time worst, but it is also biblical. So read the word and express the word at all times. It is all written. That's right, Al West. Ashley said, my children have his own personality, but it's my job as parent to mold them, invest in them so that they can operate as an individual adult. That's right. That's right. Absolutely, because I deal with this issue. I have grandkids that don't listen to them parents and feel like they don't have to. That's boy.
Listen, I was looking at Dr. Phil, and this lady had become her daughter's friend. That's what she said. She was her daughter's friend. But see, the thing is, when your daughter's friend, you're teaching that child how to think. Like, you confide, y'all talking, this and this and that. That little girl was so unruly. She was failing the 9th grade. She was going out doing all kind of little heinous little silly kid crimes.
In the 9th grade, wow.
With her kids, right? With other kids, right? And her mom was on there crying. Oh my God, I've always taught her. I've taught her that she could be anything. And Dr. Phil looked at her and said, you didn't teach her nothing, because all you wanted to do was be her friend. He said, you didn't teach her that being a friend to her on your level what came with adult consequences to the action she was, because basically you took her in as almost like your equal.
Yes.
And now this girl is making adult decisions. He said if they try her right now for some of the stuff she's doing, she's going to be tried as an adult.
That's right. Let me finish reading the clip, because you cut me off in the middle.
I'm sorry.
Because she had a question at the end of it. She said, she was saying that they don't listen to them, and they feel like they don't have to listen to me, but I don't go for that in my house. So how do I tell the parents how to parent their children when they are not your child and don't have to listen? Let me tell you something, what I do, Liza. And because to be honest with you, there's no wrong or right answer. There is none. And to be honest with you, we're not giving you something that's that we would say is politically correct. But I just know what I do, because I deal with it all the time in the barbershop. And I don't have a lot of their parents, man. It's sad to see these young boys sitting in the chair. Well, they don't even sit in the chair. They got to be given a phone with Barney or something playing just to calm them down. But if that phone is not on, they are literally being unruly. And I know they know what they're doing because they be telling me, no, stop, and hit me.
Wow.
But when it get to that point, now it was like, okay, Dad, I need you to step out. I need you to step out because now I'm going to deal with this little kid because apparently you and what they do is negotiate. I'm going to get you candy. He want a candy or he want this. And what they do is they reward them and give them what the parent feel that they want instead of being ready to discipline their kid.
Right.
So what you're doing is you're giving an excuse for the behavior. No. He need to learn how to sit here. So what I have to do now is I have to hold him down to get but the thing is,
hold him down.
Yeah, I have to hold him down because they won't sit still at all, and they want perfect lines and they want perfect everything. All because if you mess one up and they know the kid ain't sitting there, and then I get him back, I overcharge him. I look, you heard him. I charged him $45 for the haircut. He's just a kid. That was $100 haircut.
Wow.
Okay, but but seriously, I'm back to Eliza. I just each one reach one and each one teach one. I mean, it's still our job to give them the information. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to go with that burden on your chest because you know what's right. So I would just say, explain it to them. Let them know what can happen if they don't stop this now. If they don't let them, give them the word. If we don't know what to say, give them the word. Give them the word of God.
Liza, it's a relationship. Your kids, you and your children, it's a relationship. So talk to them. And sometimes we act like we don't want to talk to people because we feel like they ain't going to listen or they going to get mad. Allow them to have their own reaction to their emotions based on what you said. As long as you know your motive isn't coming from a bad place and you didn't say it maliciously, put a little love on it and say what you have to say because they need to hear it in order for them to be better. Because God forbid, I don't tell my son, he's about to be 31 years old. I still tell him what I feel like he needs to hear. Even if I know he may not like what I'm about to say. I don't say it in a way where, because he's an adult, so I do talk to him adult to adult now. But at the end of the day, I still say it. Yeah. And later he'll come back and say, Ma, you know what? When you said so and so and so, I thought about it later, and just pray and ask God to let it sink down. And we can't be scared.
And this is so true what Al said. Al said, as adults, it's simple. If we don't live as an example, the kids will make their own way from online, from social media.
Oh, you said it.
That's true.
You said it.
That's true. Because they're gonna listen to social media. They're gonna find a platform to follow, and they're gonna listen to that. They sure is.
I just feel like that people have put a cookie cutter way that everybody should parent in their house, like you in my house, and you can see how I supposed to parent my kids. Everybody has their own eyesight, bird's eye view, outside looking in. We have to learn how to parent our kids within our homes and allow them to exemplify that on the outside. So what did Al say? He says we have to be the example. We do. If they not listening, maybe there are many you. But somebody going to influence them, trust me, because that's how kids are created. They learn from repetition. So somebody is going to influence our kids. If it's not us, it's culture. But what people from the outside, whether it be the government or people that's just out trying to tell you how to raise sir, I don't think you should do that, all of that with your kids. What they don't realize is when my child is out and they're grown, what I have taught them is what I feel like the legacy, because it's a legacy. You birth your bloodline. You birth a legacy. How do you want your legacy and your birthright, your birthline to live in the future? How do you want your name to be carried out for years and years and generations?
Absolutely.
You can't tell me how to raise my kids.
Yes.
You can help me. Okay, so if I'm doing something and you see something, then I think we should create that village again of people we trust to help us along the way. But
yes. Man, but listen, y'all, man, we didn't even expect to be this long today. But man, when we doing shift, man, the conversation just gets good, and then we got people chiming in our lives of Al West, Tanisha Wells, mind provoking. You know what I'm saying? Just to name
Vanessa
a few.
Jenkins.
My sister-in-law's
that's
on.
not her name no more. That's just your name online, girl.
Yeah, that's my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law's on. Thank you, Lord, for my sister-in-law.
So,
but listen, y'all, if you are in the Houston area, February the 14th, we're having a love ball, a shift love ball gala. So save the date.
Save the date.
Save the date. We're going to have live band. We're going to have food. We're going to have good fun, good shift talking,
right,
and some good music, y'all.
Get your tickets now. I'm talking about your flight, your airline tickets.
Yeah.
Al West, get your tickets now.
Vanessa,
Mia, get your tickets now.
Yeah.
Ashley.
Yeah.
And come to the Love Ball, February the 14th.
February is Valentine's.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday night, y'all. So listen.
And we're going to be talking real talk. We're going to have some music. We're going to do it like how we do.
Crystal, what up, girl? Looking to hear from you, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal.
We got to bring you on, too, Crystal, man. We're going to talk later.
And Ina. So, listen.
Hey.
That's our time for today.
Ina, that's my brother's. She family.
Yeah.
I was good to see my brother, man.
That's
my brother.
Aunt Ina?
That's Laquan mother, my brother.
All right. Well, welcome in.
That boy look just like his
y'all
brother.
Listen,
God
take
knows.
some time right now. We're going to give y'all about 30 seconds. Take some time right now and share. And then right here at the bottom, they got all the little hearts and the little emojis.
Hearts,
click it like ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra, just ra-ra-ra, just bomb it.
Ra, what's
just
the ra?
bomb it.
Look,
just
she's singing. She in E flat.
Just hit it. I want to see some hearts. We want to see some love. We want to see some shares because this is good information. We want more people to get involved in the love talk.
And listen, y'all, we are on so many platforms, y'all, right now.
Hey, I see the love coming through. I see the
WKNY.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
What is it? The 105.1 on Sundays on the FM. We are on the radio, and then we're on TV. I forgot the station. I talk to the producer almost every day and forgot.
If you have a topic that you want us to talk about, please put it in the comments because we want to talk about what you want to talk about.
Yes. So. Yes. Al, man, Al, we might need to bring Al on here too.
Sharon. Hey, Sharon, how you doing?
You might need to bring Al on here, man.
Absolutely.
But listen, y'all. But this is our time.
That's our time.
This is our time, man. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you,
man, for a great another episode of Shift Real Talk. Listen, y'all. Please don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.
We want all of that.
We want it all.
We want all of that.
We want it all, man.
Y'all, this is our family. This is where we come and learn and teach and grow so we can go out and allow that to be displayed. This is our family.
Put it in the comments.
Shift.
We love y'all.
We love
Listen, y'all. That's our time.
That's our
I got to
time.
cut off playing. We got to go. Listen, I'm your boy, Pastor J.
I'm your girl, Lady Free.
And we are tuning out.
Until next week.
Peace.
Thanks for watching.